The next important point for premature babies is obviously golden hour management. So again, I focus many times whenever we speak of premature babies, we talk of golden hour management because we know that everything we do in the first hour, not only first hour, first few hours is very important, which impacts their outcome. We speak of optimizing the outcome both for respiratory management and for neuroprotection for these babies because premature babies are at risk of adverse neurodevelopmental outcome. In my last lecture here, I had covered neuroprotection. So please go back and review that as well. In terms of golden hour, we have certain things to look at. So one is the labor room temperature. You start with the temperature of the labor room. Make sure the whole team is aware and prepared. When you get a premature delivery, you make sure the temperature is set appropriately at 24, 25 degrees. You are prepared with the plastic bag. You have the warmer system. So the baby shouldn't drop. So if you have the plastic bag and you use a thermal mattress, you may find that the baby has a higher chance of the temperature getting overheated as well. So if you're combining different measures, you should be aware to stop it at the right time, so not to overdo it. In terms of hypoglycemia risk, again, these babies, you need to go take them to the NICU, stabilize them, and start the IV fluids at the earliest possible. So some units have a practice of giving IV cannula before you put in the umbilical lines so that we don't delay. The umbilical lines may take time because of the way you do the asepsis. But if you insert IV cannula, you can start the dextrose, which is the standard. We start at 60 to 70 ml for the bigger babies and a 70 to 80 ml per kilo of 10% dextrose for the tiny premature babies because their fluid requirement is higher. So in these babies, you would continue to give their nourishment accordingly from the immediate time, so that there is no chance of the sugar dropping. Then we have the infection prevention. So right from the word go, even as a mother is delivering, from the time you receive the baby and move the baby to the NICU, always follow aseptic precautions. Encourage the team to change their gloves as they move the baby, as they come into the unit. Don't use the same gloves to pull the trolley and then handle the baby there. So unnecessary handling should be minimized as well. You can leave these babies in the plastic bag even when they move to the incubator in the NICU till you complete all their procedures because the humidity may take time to establish in the incubator. So the temperature management starts from the labor room right from the time they go to the NICU. And glucose management we discussed, infection control we discussed, cot clamping we have discussed. So the ventilation approach to these babies should be gentle as well. So we shouldn't overdo ventilation because hypoxia, hyperoxia, hypocapnia, hypercapnia, everything is dangerous for these babies. So we should target the oxygen appropriately. Of course, in the resuscitation of the premature babies, there is a controversy about how much oxygen you want to start. So recently, there is more evidence that if the extreme premature baby, you don't need to start with 30%, you can go to 50 or even 80, 90%. So there is a meta-analysis which showed that in the extreme premature babies below 28 weeks, you can start resuscitation at a higher threshold because hypoxia causes laryngospasm and it delays the time taken for the heart rate to pick up in these babies. We have the Torpedo 2 study results, which again, they used 30% and 60% as a comparison, which was not totally conclusive, but the higher oxygen group might do better. So we need to look at the extreme premature babies, increasing the oxygen setting, especially if the baby needs resuscitation. You can start with a higher threshold. 28 to 32 weeks, the current NRP guideline has changed to 30%, and 32 to 35 weeks as well, you can start with 21 to 30%. So for term babies, you start with 21%. So this is another aspect of premature care where you look at not causing hyperoxia. And hypoxia for a prolonged time is not good as well. So effective and timely respiratory management, either with invasive or non-invasive, and timely use of surfactant is important. And not to use CO2 washout. The over-ventilation is not good for different reasons. I told you already about the iatrogenic pulmonary hypertension, which can happen if you overdo ventilation. In addition, the risk of BPD increases when you're overdoing your ventilation. So appropriate ventilatory management is important. So these are the principal steps, not only in the golden hour, but in the first few hours to days of the management of the premature babies. We also have the IVH prevention bundle, which we discussed in the last lecture as well. So in the extreme premature babies, the risk of IVH has been shown to reduce if you practice a bundle. Positioning the head in the midline for the first 3 days, head and elevation 15 to 30 degrees. not to turn the head to the side, avoid unnecessary handling, avoid overextending for procedures like intubation, avoid rapid into extubation in these babies and these effects as well. So it's very important that we look at all these factors when we manage the small babies. Any questions on this part? Has anyone started doing IVH prevention bundle in your unit?
Yes, doctor, we are doing.
Good. So the nurses are cooperating, right? I mean, the nurses are
Yes.
usually very tuned to anything that protects the brain of the premature babies. So if you educate them, the kangaroo mother care is another thing. Skin to skin care involve the parents more. So actually the parents are part of the nursing team in those situations. If they're more involved in the care, then infection rates might start reducing as well because the parents are more involved and they are watching carefully what their baby prefers. That will impact on how the overall care of the baby is delivered. So, what is your feedback? You find it helpful? It's not enough time, I think, to judge whether it has made an impact on the IVH rate, but definitely physiologically it makes sense. What is your opinion? Any comments?
We are facing problem regarding the premature baby, extreme premature baby after shifting from labor room or OT. Even we use transfer ventilator, but when we bring the baby in the SCABU and under incubator, we know that the baby become hypothermic. Even we use transfer ventilator. That's what very difficult to maintain this
You're using the
hypothermia.
plastic bag as well?
No, we are just bringing with the incubator, transport incubator.
No, you're keeping the plastic bag for the baby from the labor.
No.
Any
Plastic bag,
baby
yeah.
below
If you
32
extreme
weeks?
preterm, we are keeping the, yeah, we are keeping the plastic, that one with the baby also.
One important thing is the plastic bag. You shouldn't dry the baby. You should put the baby as you receive under the warmer without drying the baby under the plastic bag. You
Yeah,
can
yeah,
use
that we're doing, yeah.
and keep the incubator on at 37 degrees. Many times they keep it at 35 degrees. So when you're
Yeah,
preparing the incubator for the transfer, you keep them at 37 and shift as quickly as you can because when the baby stays in the labor room for a longer time, the temperature may start dropping. So look at the environmental temperature as well. So even though you're keeping the baby in the warmer and the delayed cot clamping when they're doing, the temperature may start dropping and whatever you do
we
after
are
that, yeah.
thermoregulating the baby until up to 37.5, and there is probe. We are checking and we are keeping 37.5 almost. But when we will transfer the baby from the way from the OT or labor room to the SCABU, only short way. But we are noting baby becoming hypothermic. That's what maybe okay. 36 is acceptable, but sometimes 35. That is a
You
little bit
consider
problem.
thermal mattresses, that's an option as well.
Okay.
Thermal mattresses, if you can afford it, that is an option.
Yeah, we have thermometers also.
You can use that when you shift the baby, you can break it. And
Inside incubator also. Okay, okay.
the hot water bottles are an option as well, just for the
Okay.
not in direct contact, but wrapped and kept inside the incubator. So